What is going on, Alpha Hunters? It is a very tubular Tuesday today. Okay, so we got a little bit of a gap up here today on the SPY, about a 0.25% gap up. Market's currently up 0.3%. You can see possibly a little double top here over the first hour and a half. Well, yeah, I'd be curious to see if that happens. As for now, I mean, I don't see why people aren't going to try and buy the dip, keep it going higher. But the interesting thing is not really what's going on with the SPY. I mean, SPY's part of it, and we'll see that here in just a second. But look at the Qs. Qs have a very solid sell down. I mean, 10 minutes, popped on the open, but look at that solid sell off there for about 30 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And as we kind of looked at the SPY, I mean, how much the weighting of Qs and SPYs wrapped up into big tech, there must have been a lot of flows into the other areas of the stock market, and sure enough, there was. The IWM is up over 2%. Now the IWM doesn't have any weighting factor on the SPY, but man, yeah, you can see this thing is just continuing to absolutely monster higher, breaking barriers. Just breaking barriers in all kinds of ways. DIA is up 1.4%, looking really solid there. RSP though tells you why the SPY is actually still positive. I mean, look at that move there on the RSP. I don't know, I was kind of looking at the daily on some of those, but yeah, it's a pretty huge move. Right there on the open, just powered higher. RSP, DIA, and the IWM all in the open, just getting bought up. So yeah, looking pretty strong there. RSP all-time highs, looking really good. DIA, IWM, Q's not performing all that great right here, but I mean they're still holding above moving averages. SPY having a pretty quiet day just because there's a lot of flow out of the big tech area into the other non-big tech areas. So there you go. Apple basically flat. Microsoft trading down 1.25%. Nvidia's down 2%. So there you go. Microsoft having a little bit of a breakdown moment here. Makes sense. Probably comes down to the 50 EMA. See over the next maybe a couple of weeks. VIX, nice gap up here, traded lower. Don't know why the VIX would have gapped up today, especially with the market kind of gapping up as well. But we've kind of been talking about here over the past week and a half. We're getting kind of tight in here on the VIX, and it seems like we want to have the VIX wants to have like a little pop higher type moment. So maybe it does do one of these that we had kind of towards the end of May, where you just kind of boop up to like 15 or so. Maybe it settles back out. Yeah, other than that, I'm not going to be shocked if that does happen. Real quick, did we get any meaningful data? I don't think we were getting any meaningful data, I mean, right now in this part of the week. I think it's just earnings. We're going to get EIA stuff tomorrow. Fed talk. There's always Fed talk kind of going on, so you never kind of know what's going on with that. Hold on. Why am I on last week? There we go. So, yeah, auction stuff. Yep, there's just Fed talk. We did get some import-export data. Import prices year-over-year change at 1.6, export 0.7. I don't track that information, so I have no idea really what's good there. What else we got coming up? I think it's just earnings, honestly. I think we're just in earnings this week. It's about the biggest stuff. Obviously, Thursday we'll get the initial jobless claims. That'd be the big one. Fed talk. Yeah, that's about all I really got there on data this week. It's just going to be earnings. Mostly focus on earnings. All right, DXY. Still, I mean, holding this kind of support level around 104. Still holding that. All right, trading higher today. Gold, new all-time highs. Or GLD's at all-time highs. What the heck? GLD's at all-time highs. Why did you not go to the futures? There we go. Hey, gold's also at all-time highs, just barely. Like I think like right now. Yeah, basically just hitting all-time highs like right now. So gold futures trading all-time highs. GLD, the ETF trading all-time highs. Pretty solid. Like we've been kind of calling this one basically since the second half of June. Really for most of June, just kind of choppy consolidation period. Once we got this little pop up on early here July, it was looking pretty good. That gonna go higher. 10-year yields, kind of hanging out. We did have that gap up yesterday. We haven't broken yet last week's low yet. We got close to doing that today, but we didn't quite break that low. What are yields doing? So there was something kind of bounced the market there about an hour before the market opened. Okay, 10-2 inversion. All right, coming back down. Had a nice little breakout moment here. End of last week, beginning of this week. Coming back down. Did have a pretty good gap to kind of start the week there. HYG. I need to see this. I need to see this thing get through 78.50 for it to be, for me to take it serious. To me, it's still kind of just holding a little too close to that top. LQD trying to continue to push higher. Okay. TLT trying to continue to push higher. Okay. Not too much kind of going on. I imagine a lot of things are just kind of hanging out today. All right, as far as sector rotation goes, we got tech, lower end of the day. Okay, real estate, lower end, not lower end, but underperforming on the day. Staples, communications, utilities, and energies all underperforming a little bit there. Financials, discretionaries, healthcare, materials, industrials outperforming. Look at industrial. Look at that moving industrials. Whoa. Whoa. All right, looking strong there in the industrial area. And as far as intraday, industrials, yep, strong buying intraday. Materials, energies, financials, healthcare, discretionaries, and staples all outperforming. Communications underperforming, utilities, real estate, and tech underperforming the most during the day. You see a pretty solid drop here. About 20 minutes, I guess 20 minutes after the market had opened, a little bit after 20 minutes, and it's just tech just got hit for about 15 minutes there. And that's about where you're seeing some of the discrepancies or deviations on the day. Because you can see as tech was selling off, a lot of other things were running. So funds out of tech going into the other stuff.